Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the final part of Revenge, and coming up next, the match that you've all been waiting for, Hell in a Cell for the World Heavyweight Championship. AJ Styles and The Undertaker have traded punches in the past. They faced off at WrestleMania. This is how they got to where they are now. This is the most important championship defense in AJ Styles' career. Tonight, he is at WrestleMania 2 against The Undertaker, where he has to put that world title on the line. He has tormented him for the better part of 1 month, and now he is here and he's got to prove himself to this NLW audience. AJ Styles putting every trick in the book, but Undertaker continuing to try and outpower him. And look at AJ Styles, he could not seem to get the job done. And The Undertaker just keeps going at him, full force and velocity. Tombstone doesn't do it, Styles Clash doesn't do it. And from the top rope, and Styles has retained his championship at WrestleMania. And a sign of respect and sportsmanship being shown by both these guys. But there's that super kick!
What are you so pissed off about? Are you so pissed off that we saw through your smoke and mirrors, your lies, you stupid bastard? Piece by piece, one by one, with the exclamation point being me, sticking my foot so far down your throat that you'll be pissing out shoelaces. We're not taking a back seat to anyone.
He angered him at WrestleMania, he disrespected him at WrestleMania, and now he has to pay. At Revenge, it's going to be inside Hell in a Cell for the world title. And AJ Styles wants no part of The Undertaker. And Undertaker being blindsided by AJ Styles, he is unleashing his more vicious side. He's busted him open, and this could be a sign of things to come. Come Revenge, and come Hell in a Cell. Can the world champion be stopped? And The Undertaker looking for revenge. And my God, Styles in the ring, but low blows him and gets out of harm's way. Undertaker locked inside Hell in a Cell, but busts out, and Styles is running for dear life. The world champion is being chased 20 feet above the ring, and the tombstone from The Undertaker on top of Hell in a Cell. Who is walking out of this structure? World Heavyweight Champion, AJ Styles or The Undertaker? They gotta get ready for hell. And where you've seen the video packages, you know what's going on. And now, there must be a winner. It is Hell in a Cell, and it is for the NLW World Heavyweight Championship. A title that's been defended since June of 2012, over 4 years. And it has never been contested in such a high profile matchup like the one we're seeing tonight. Yes, we've seen it defended in Hell in a Cell before. And in fact that was between two bitter rivals, but this one is about more than a rivalry. This is about one man and another man who don't have any respect for one another. Because in wrestling, the word respect is a key one. And when The Undertaker at WrestleMania tried to show respect to the then world champion AJ Styles after AJ Styles had beaten The Undertaker for the title, Undertaker put out his hand as a sign of respect and a sign of sportsmanship. But what did AJ Styles do? He took it, and then when The Undertaker wasn't looking, he kicked him below the belt. And that is why we have this matchup now. Because AJ Styles, had he shooken the hand of The Undertaker, he could have said goodbye to this entire situation. But because of how close it was at WrestleMania, I made this matchup a Hell in a Cell contest. So AJ Styles could not escape, so he would have to face up to the consequences of his actions. And yes, we've seen recently on Metal how AJ Styles has bloodied The Undertaker. And if he was able to do that then, what the hell is he going to be able to do inside Hell? And it is not the normal demeanor for the NLW World Heavyweight Champion. He is not his usual cocky self. You can see him, to pardon my phrasing, he is scared shitless. And why wouldn't you be? You're going into Hell in a Cell, one of the most dangerous matches in our sport, against one of the most dangerous competitors in our sport. And not only that, it's for the World Heavyweight Championship. The way that AJ Styles won that championship was he cashed in his Money in the Bank contract, which he won at WrestleMania 2 years ago. Just goes to show you how long he's held that championship. It was nearly a year ago now where AJ Styles defeated Sting, and since then he's beaten the likes of Sting, CM Punk and The Undertaker. And now, this is probably his toughest test to date, and that's saying something. Inside Hell in a Cell, and this matchup begins. AJ Styles, look at him early, trying to quicker move, hit him, but Undertaker's having none of it. He goes to the outside, and AJ now trying to use the speed to his advantage, and oh my. Well, already you can see he was going for that kick, but now sent to the outside, and that's not where AJ Styles wants to be. In the steel right there again, off the chain link, and again into the steel. And he's been choked out by Undertaker. Tried to be sent into the steel, but AJ Styles realised that Undertaker was having none of it, and Taker going back into the ring. And now he's jumps up onto the apron, and oh my god, what a boot by the Phenom. Sends AJ Styles to the floor below. And AJ in trouble at the minute, but he goes into the ring. And now AJ, my god, what a knee. Right to the head. And forget about the steel. AJ Styles, those lethal kicks and knees are enough to put him away. We saw that at WrestleMania. But Undertaker is more focused here tonight. He has to be. He has to learn from his mistakes. And AJ went after the leg, but got kicked into the steel instead. And oh my goodness. Sent off the ring post, and look at AJ using his surroundings perfectly when he holds on to that steel and then delivers the Hurricane Rana into the steel again. And that's a key word, solid steel. There's a Pele kick by AJ. He's going to go back in the ring now as Undertaker. He's resting up against that fencing. And they're going for another Hurricane Rana, but caught out by Undertaker, and those massive hands throws him into the steel again. It is unforgiving out there. And the name of this pay-per-view is very apt for this one. Revenge. He gets a measure of revenge with that leg drop on the apron. And Undertaker now sends AJ back in the ring, but I don't like the look of AJ at the moment. Oh, but look at that. Wonderfully executed. Well, you can see it was wonderfully executed. And now AJ Styles dives over onto the Undertaker, and there is no space there. I think he may have hurt himself just as much as he hurt Undertaker. Somersault over the top rope, and this is not the time to showboat. You want to get him back in that ring, and you want to pin him. And now Undertaker, as he is going back in the ring, look at this again. This was after the drop kick to the steel. This was the somersault over the ropes, and usually you have a bit of leeway, a bit of room, but not inside Hell in a Cell. Very little room out there, and all you're going to hit is steel. There's a shoulder block takedown, and what a manoeuvre. Sorry to quote McMahon there, but you can see again, look at that, oh, drop kick by AJ Styles. Styles now, look at him working on Undertaker. And I don't like the look of this from Undertaker, but he tries to get back into the contest, throttles him by the throat, and throws him into the corner, choking him out. And everything that AJ Styles has thrown at the Undertaker, Taker has somehow managed to reverse it in some way. And look at that again, throwing AJ right into the steel. And, well, you want to talk about steel? Here's more steel from the Undertaker, using the edge of that steel chair onto the neck of AJ Styles, and again to the back. There's not going to be a lot of chain wrestling, although you did see some from AJ Styles with a leapfrog earlier and the drop kick. But here you go. This is where the Undertaker excels. In a dangerous environment like this, where he can inflict pain and punishment onto those that have wronged him. And choking him on the floor, following that chair shot to the skull. And again AJ, like a torpedo, thrown into the hard steel again. And already, barely 5 minutes in, and he's already lacerated. Look at that, what a boot by the Undertaker to the open wound. AJ Styles bleeding like a stuffed pig. And Undertaker used those stairs, but AJ knew that he had to do something. That must have been an act of desperation with that Pele kick. Undertaker on the outside, and look at AJ with those steps. Look at the strength of AJ, and throws those ton-like steps Those are heavy, folks, and AJ Styles just threw them into the face of The Undertaker. And now a bloodied AJ Styles. He's looking like a crime scene at the moment. And again that kick to from AJ Styles to The Undertaker. And his face may be a crimson mask, but he is the world champion and he knows a thing or two about inflicting punishment himself. And there you go again. Chair shot to the skull of The Undertaker, and the Phenom has felt those throughout his illustrious career. And there's another knee right to the face. And what is AJ Styles planning now? In the Devil's Playground, this is Undertaker's yard. But AJ Styles is taking over inside of it. There's a springboard 450, but Undertaker kicks out. It's been physically intense from the start, as we'd imagine. And you don't want to say this is bowling shoe ugly, but oh my god, well now it is. He is bleeding now, but Undertaker reverses Styles, despite the blood pouring out of his forehead. And again, look at that. Driving the boot into the back of Styles, who gets sent right into the steel again. And AJ going to be picked up and thrown in, so The Undertaker can do more, but what more can you do? He's on the floor now, both men bleeding like hell. And Undertaker! You never see him do that, and for good reason. If he'd have hit that elbow from the second rope, oh my god, what a kick again. And the standing moonsault that time. Undertaker went for the elbow, trying everything he can to put away AJ Styles, and that blood is going to seep into their eyes soon, my god. And that is the least of his worries. That spinning sit-out powerbomb onto that open chair. That's going to do a number on your spine. And Undertaker, he's going to try and get back into this. Throws Undertaker's up. And AJ Styles gets clobbered in the skull. Undertaker now, but Styles with the wherewithal to kick him. And I'm going for something. Going for that phenomenal forearm, but The Undertaker moves out of the way. Undertaker moves out of the way of the forearm and throws him to the outside and the steel. Undertaker going to follow him immediately. And AJ Styles, I don't blame him, wants no part of The Undertaker. There's no escape from this roofed cage, but he's trying to climb out, but dragged back down to the mat below and being choked out for dear life. And again, that boot following the choke into the cage. Undertaker may be bleeding and that blood may be seeping into his eyes, and the same goes for Styles, but this is about more than a feud. Of course, there's a lot of animosity between these guys, as you see there, with that DDT. But this is for more. This is for the World Heavyweight Championship, the title that The Undertaker was the first ever to hold in this company. And there's that phenomenal forearm. Here's the cover by AJ Styles, but Undertaker has the wherewithal just about to kick out. Is Undertaker tonight going to become the first ever two-time NLW champion? He would hope so. But AJ Styles shoots him and says he's going to go in for the kill. What a super kick by AJ Styles. He's beaten the very best, and he may be about to put away the Phenom. Maybe going for the Styles Clash maybe, but instead going to push him into the cage. And Undertaker's down, and again, what a kick by AJ Styles. And I don't like the look of this for Undertaker. My God. What won't he do? AJ Styles twisting corkscrew in mid-air. And again we said that there was no room on the outside. He was going to hit all cage, but it didn't matter as long as he hit the Undertaker. Take a look at this again. Such velocity, such agility by AJ Styles. And you can argue about his attitude all you want, but the fact of the matter is he's a phenomenal athlete, no pun intended. But he can also beat you up, as you can see there, driving those steps into the sternum. And Undertaker, look at AJ Styles on the top rope, for God's sake, throws his entire body at the Undertaker, and the dead man is about to be put out for the count, you reckon. This thing is huge, it engulfs ringside, and there you go again. AJ Styles continues the assault with that suplex onto the steps on the outside. And he's got the chair in the ring. And what do you suppose he's planning now? Chair in hand, and once again off the back of the Undertaker. His spine's going to be a mangled mess by the time this match is over if this keeps up. And you can see the blood still pouring out of the head And there's that wound of Undertaker's flaring up. Manages to create some separation momentarily. And once again, throws him into that cage. And AJ Styles hangs on to it. And you can see again using the cage to his advantage. And there's a Hurricane Rana into the steel. Right into the wall of the Hell in a Cell. And AJ is stalking his prey as he sends the skull of the Undertaker into that cell. And now raking the face against the hard steel. Now runs after him, but Undertaker pushes him up. But AJ hanging on! And AJ, my God! Neckbreaker on the floor. And AJ Styles hung onto the cage. And whatever you want to call that move, neckbreaker, reverse DDT, whatever it was effective. But Undertaker trying to create some more separation with that uppercut. And AJ in the corner, but Undertaker tries for that boot, but gets crotched instead. And again, that super kick to the skull, the back of the back, and again, Undertaker in trouble. And well, AJ saying he's the champion now, pal, but may not be for long. Goes to the last ride, jumps out of it, and the Undertaker with that clothesline. Both men down center of the ring, Undertaker first to his feet. And again the blood covering his face. And there's a punch, but AJ rebuttals. Runs off the ropes, and there's that diving clothesline by the Phenom. Desperately trying to get back into the contest after a spell of being beaten down with the steel chair and again thrown into the steel, but here you go. Corner crosses him. And now rings the arm around and looking for Old School on the top rope, but AJ Styles gets out of it just about. He would have been in a real state if Undertaker had hit that Old School. And again with that steel chair, but Undertaker back up to his feet. And the big boot right to the skull and the steel chair. And Undertaker sets him up now. Choke slam to AJ Styles. And the world champion is flat on his back, wondering what in the hell he did to deserve this. Well, I can tell you what he did to deserve this. He disrespected the Phenom. And here comes the tombstone in the middle of the ring, and look at AJ Styles flaming his legs, trying to get some leverage, and the tombstone of his own. And what a message it would send if AJ could beat Undertaker with his own move, but there's a kick out. Undertaker, he knows that's his own move. Well, he also knows how to kick out of it, and there's a kick by AJ. And again a boot to the head, trying to wear him down. Undertaker's groggy, and what a slap. Didn't want to do that. All it did was piss off the Undertaker, and the low blow again. The same low blow he hit at WrestleMania, the same low blow that he hit this past week. And then, well, he ended up getting tombstoned on the cell the last time he did that. And there's a chair shot by AJ. This time though, Undertaker's down. And he's catapulted into the side of the cage. And there's that drop kick into the cage, and Undertaker down on the floor again. He's desperately trying to wipe the blood and the sweat from his eyes. He's trying to see, and AJ Styles mocks him now. And another slap. But that may have been one too many, pal. And Undertaker was woken up by that slap. And now he is wailing on AJ. That was one slap too many. And Undertaker, oh look at that. He's got some sort of foreign object, but Undertaker making sure he can't use it. Gonna catapult him into the side of the cage, but AJ hangs on. With that steel object of some sort. He hung on to the what the hell? What? Oh my god! Oh my god, he busted through the top! AJ Styles used that steel foreign object to bust through the top of the cage. And there's that Pele on top of the cell. Oh my lord, they're 20 feet above the ring, for God's sake. And AJ Styles went up there to try and escape the Undertaker. And now he has him right where he wants him. Going for the Stars Clash on top of the cell, but backdropped instead. You don't need me to describe how dangerous this is, folks. You've seen it in the past. Oh my god, the gorilla press on top, and oh my god, well, thank goodness he didn't throw AJ Styles off the top. Oh, no way, no way. Oh, thank goodness. I'm getting petrified just looking at these guys. Imagine what they're like. Oh dear God. Not a chokeslam off the cell. Surely not. Oh, but AJ Styles manages to get out of it, and Undertaker. Oh, Undertaker nearly fell off of it himself. No, AJ Styles. Oh shit! Ah! You shitting me? What? Jesus Christ, get the EMTs! Watch this! From the top of the cell to the floor below, busting through our announce table. Oh my god, the EMTs already, they're already on the scene here. Already our medical staff looking after them. They fell 20 feet. Look at this again in slow motion. It's also the way that they twist in midair before they hit the fall. And that just had to add to the impact. It looks as if AJ got the worst of that, even though he was the one who dived at the Undertaker. How the hell is he still on his feet? That's what I want to know. I mean, the trainers all look. Oh Jesus, no! What the hell? It's only been 60 seconds. You can't get. You can. No. Undertaker. Oh, he slams the door into the skull of AJ Styles. How is he still standing? Let alone so soon. This match should be over. But the Undertaker knows that if the referee stops this matchup, he cannot win that world title. And that is why he's back in the ring with that chair shot to the spine of AJ Styles. I've got to give him credit. Is it stupidity? Maybe. But Undertaker is a fighting spirit that we live for in this company, and he dove. But AJ Styles moved out of the way. Is this an awesome match? Hell yeah. But is it dangerous? Is it going to take years off their careers? Yes, it is. And that's what I'm worried about. I don't want to see these guys end up in a wheelchair. Oh my god, and they may do after that. There's that ladder. He's brought a freaking ladder into the ring. You've just fell off a 20-foot cell, and now you're bringing in ladders? It's astounding. And AJ Styles, he still wants to take risks. He still wants to prove himself. But Undertaker has enough to prove for himself as well. The chokeslam from the ladder. 2. And AJ Styles kicks out. Unbelievable. As much as I criticise AJ Styles' attitude, he's one tough son of a bitch. And if you're offended by my language, you should really be offended by this, this bloody violence. The kick up and the super kick right to the side of the head. He's been knocked for 6. And the Styles clash in the centre of the ring. 1, 2. It's going to end it. No, it's not. It's not over. Undertaker kicks out of the Styles clash after both men went twisting, tumbling off the cell. And here comes AJ with more chair shots and one to the back of the head for good measure. And Undertaker doesn't want to stay down. He knows what he's been through. He's not about to let it go now. And he's saying, bring it on. Oh my lord, and right to the face. Just stop the damn match. Even the EMTs are telling to stop the matchup. And it's the referee's call, but look at this. Styles clash from the top of the ladder. And for the love of God, AJ, pin him and end this. 1. Here's the call by Styles, and he is still your world heavyweight champion. For the love of God, what a matchup we just watched. Credit where credit is due. Both these guys put on the matches of their NLW careers, perhaps of their wrestling careers. And that right there, that 20 pounds of gold is what it is all about. The world title. And about proving who is the best in our industry. Well, the kick and the Styles Clash follow-up wasn't enough. Undertaker said, "Is that all you got?" And AJ said no. He threw that chair in his face, and then from the top of the ladder to the canvas below, that Styles Clash. And we saw them dive off the Hell in a Cell. That was death-defying in itself, and the EMT's working on Undertaker, but you might want to look at AJ Styles as well. How's he still standing? I'm sure it's only adrenaline. And when that wears off later on tonight, when he's in his hotel room with that world title, it's going to be hell of a sore. I can guarantee you. But the fact that the Undertaker's back on his feet, I give him kudos. The fact that AJ Styles is on his feet, I give him kudos. Say what you will about either man, they put on a hell of a show, and they wrestled a hell of a matchup. But tonight, AJ Styles edged it. Undertaker has nothing to be ashamed about. AJ Styles certainly has nothing to be ashamed about now. He's proven the critics wrong. Styles is still your world champion.